breaks in the clouds here today in Washington, D.C. We're thankful for that as we welcome you to Mariners baseball. And this guy, when he met with the media, said the Mariners have to score some runs. Thank you, Captain Obvious. That has been the issue of late, as the Mariners have been outscored 41-5 their last 5 ball games. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew, welcome to Mariner baseball. Let's take a look at the starting lineup today that will face Gio Gonzalez.
And with the left-hander on the mound, Guillermo Heredia will move up and hit second in the lineup, hitting .333 against lefties this year. Robinson Cano went 3 for 4 in last night's ball game, just missing a home run. Nelson Cruz back in the lineup, did not play last night, but with the lefty, he will bat cleanup today. And Taylor Motter will get the start in left field. He's going to bat 7th. For Gonzalez on the year, a 3-1 record, ERA at a 2.86. Good fastball right around 90 miles an hour. He'll use a curveball and a changeup for his off-speed pitches. Well, look at the defense. Michael Taylor in center field. Robbed a couple of hits in last night's ball game. Trey Turner will be the shortstop. Ryan Zimmerman at first base. Jose Lobaton getting his first start of the series. He will work behind the plate.
Good news here. The sun breaking through here as we get the first pitch of the ball game. And it's down low to Gene Segura. Home plate umpire today's Adam Hamari. Bill Miller at first. Kerwin Danley at second. Todd Tichenor at third. Segura 0 for 4 in last night's game, hitting at .331. Being tied for 4th with Xander Bogaerts in the American League. Among the hit leaders, Mike Trout leading the way at .347.
Dave, you mentioned in the open, Gonzalez can get wild at times. 28 walks this year in 56 innings. His last 4 starts, 3 walks, 4 walks, and 7 walks.
There you go.
Hopefully the Mariners can take advantage of that.
Two and 1 to Segura. Mariners 0-2 on this road trip. 5-game losing streak. 6-game road losing streak. Time to turn things around. In tight. 3 and 1. Counting out 3 and 2. So we have good break in the clouds above here at Nationals Park, and there's Segura earning a walk.
We mentioned his fastball right around 90, but we'll take a look at the curveball and the velocity at 76 miles an hour. When he's behind the count, he rarely throws it. Ahead in the count, see the percentage jumps up at 32%. Opponents hitting just .219, slugging just .250. It's been an excellent pitch for him this year.
Brings up Guillermo Heredia, getting the start in center field today. Ball 1. What do you remember about Gonzalez from his days with the A's?
Probably a little bit better fastball back then than he has now, but the same issues that we've seen so far here in this ball game. Commanding the strike zone can be difficult at times. If he is throwing strikes with his fastball, he will get to the curveball, and that's an excellent pitch for him. It's tough to hit, tough to square it up.
1-1 to Heredia, 2 for 4 in last night's ball game. Played in left field. Gerard Dyson getting the night off. Today off. Dyson's been struggling. 1 for his last 16. Good to see Guillermo break out of his slump yesterday. He was 0 for 11 coming in. Single to center and an infield hit yesterday. Two and 1. Mariners take off from here. We'll battle the traffic to Dulles Airport. Make our way to Boston for a weekend series, and then off to Colorado for 2, and then home on the 31st. Pitch count building here. Just the second hitter.
10 pitches, only 3 strikes for him.
Healthy cut. Full count.
Pretty good fastball. Right on the inside corner at 92 miles an hour.
3-2 pitch. Runner goes. Pitch popped up. Out of play. Segura returns first base. Scott Service looking for a breakout offensively. Wants to see uptick in intensity from his ball club. Segura takes off again, and this one fouled again.
One of the ways to do that is they're always pointing at the guys in the middle of the lineup, and yeah, they have to hit, but guys at the top and the bottom, the guys with the speed, can bring some energy to this club if they can get on base. Mariners 6th in average, 7th in runs scored this year.
And that's a decline. They were up a lot higher. 3-2, swing and a miss, throw down to second. Strike him out, throw him out, double play.
See the swing from Heredia. Pretty good play. Get the tag down by Murphy.
Yeah, he got him. No question. Put out 2-4. So Segura caught stealing for the 5th time. 5 out of 10. Here's Robbie Cano. 3 for 4. Drove in the Mariners' only run last night. Denied a home run. Michael A. Taylor, the center fielder, reached over the fence and was able to bring it back. Robbie got a double. How about this? And hopefully there will be a breakout here today. Cano, Cruz, Seager, your 3, 4, 5 are a combined 1 for 25 career against Gio Gonzalez.
So you're saying they're due?
Amen, brother.
All right. As Robbie steps in, 303 with 8 home runs on the year. It's just his 3rd game back from the disabled list.
In there for a strike. Robbie making his way back for this series after a stint on the DL. Right quad issue. 2-1. Gio Gonzalez was an all-star back in 2011 with Oakland, and then the following year here in Washington, his first year. 6 years with the Nats, a record of 67 and 46. 4 years in Oakland, 38 and 32. 3-1 to Cano.
If you've watched the last couple of days with Cano, he's being really careful with that quad injury. I think it's smart for him to do that. Always wants in the lineup, but he's not moving around. I think he's going to still nurse it along. Kind of what we saw with Nelson Cruz with the hamstring earlier. He was careful. Now he's fine. Hamstring is no issue at all, and hopefully that'll be the case soon with Robbie in that quad.
Robbie lines one left field. Jason Worth able to run it down. Thanks to strike him out, throw him out, double play. Gonzalez faces the minimum in the 1st inning. That's coming to bat. Ariel Miranda looking for win number 4 on this season. The last time he got a W was back on the 4th of May. His last 2 outings have been pretty good. Let's see if he can get a W here this afternoon.
He'll be up against the best offensive team in the National League. Washington first in average, first in runs scored, slugging and on base percentage. And starts with Trey Turner at the top of the lineup. A couple of stolen bases for him last night. He also scored a run. Bryce Harper hitting third. He leads the team with 14 home runs. And Anthony Rendon, 8 RBIs in the first 2 games of this series. For Miranda, this will be his 10th start, a 3-2 record and a 4.28 ERA. 16 walks, 47 strikeouts for Miranda. Good fastball right around 92 miles an hour. Changeup, split, occasional slider.
Trey Turner leads off. 1 for 4 with an RBI last night. And Turner put his running game into action his first 2 times up. A couple of stolen bases. Only been caught once in 12 attempts. Last 3 outings for Miranda, no decisions. Left trailing at Philly, left tied at Toronto, and left tied against the White Sox.
He was really good against Chicago. 7 innings, just 1 earned run.
You bet.
9 strikeouts, season high for him.
Yeah, you really wanted to see him get a win in that game. He certainly deserved it. Cano will take care of this. One out.
Take a look at the rest of the defense. Taylor Motter getting the start in left field. Heredia is in center. Nelson Cruz did not play yesterday, but he is in right field. Kyle Seager at third base. Danny Valencia, the first baseman, and Mike Zunino will do the catching.
Good to see Nelson back in the lineup. Want to see his bat start booming again. Down to 296. Was among the tops 10 in hitting in the American League. Here's Jason Worth, 0 for 3 yesterday. '15-year big league veteran. Brandon at last start 7 innings. He went 5 against Toronto. He's gone 7 innings for a win against Miami, 7 innings for a win against the Angels. He's gone 3-0 here to Worth. There's a strike.
One of the things that we've noticed with this ball club, with the Nationals, is very patient club. Mentioned #1 in a lot of categories. They're 3rd in walks.
3-1 pitch. There's a walk to Worth.
Well, for Miranda, it's important for him to get ahead with his fastball so that he can get to the split. See, when he's behind in the count, just 15%. Ahead in the count, he'll throw it a lot at 42%. Opponent's inning just 203, slugging only 288. See the whip percentage at 41%. That is his out pitch. He has to be able to get to that if he wants to have a good afternoon.
Well, here's Bryce Harper, 0 for 2. 2 intentional walks in last night's game, putting up MVP numbers. He won it a couple of years ago. 4th in batting average, 1st in home runs, 5th in RBIs, 1st in runs scored, and 8th in hits. Just a sensational start.
You mentioned those numbers and where he sits in the league. He's competing with his teammates for the most part.
Yeah.
That's how good a lineup they have.
That's a bunt going foul. They have a serious big 3. Zimmerman, 371, 2nd in the league in hitting. Harper's 4th, Murphy's 10th. And up and down all the categories, they're making appearances.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nuts. All right, the debate question that probably will rage for the next 10-15 years, Trout or Harper.
We've been having that debate over the last couple of days. And I think for the most part, Trout probably leading that debate.
And again, in my mind's eye, by a hair.
Without question, you're not going to go wrong with either one. Terrific players, both of them.
And strikes out looking. No objection either. First K of the day for Miranda. 2 down. Yeah, to not pick one, I mean, it's such a quibble. I mean, they both are 5-tool guys.
Well, I think basically at the end of it, what it came down to was just that little bit more speed that Trout has. That was the difference maker.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman. Ground ball to Seager. A short way to Cano. Nice inning for Miranda. Very nice inning. The matter now, scoring some runs here in Washington. Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting George Thorogood and the Destroyers August 13th. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. By Safeco Insurance, find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. By Primera Blue Cross, your hometown health plan for 84 years. And by your local Ford stores. Inning number 2 here in our nation's capital. World War II Memorial. Recently erected. That's in the last 5 years or so. And again, yesterday we went to Walter Reed Hospital. Salute to all the wounded warriors over there. Nelson Cruz to lead it off. A career 1 for 13 against Gio Gonzalez. Breaking ball for strike 1. Cruz, Seager, and Valencia 4, 5, and 6 here in the second inning.
Gonzalez, 20 pitches, 10 strikes in the first inning.
In tight 2-1. Gonzalez on the rubber there, as close to third base as he can get. Another 3-ball count. All 4 men. 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, now 3-1. Full count.
And that fastball off the plate away. Something that, as an offense, we talked about it, Dave, they've been struggling lately, and you get into these counts, you have to be able to take advantage of the fastball.
3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Gonzalez.
It was a fastball off the plate away, fouled it back, and it looks like he comes back with a changeup. It's an off-speed pitch at 84 miles an hour, and that is the changeup. Throws changeup about 18% of the time. It's curveball 21. But you're going to get some fastballs to hit. Just don't want to miss them.
One out for Kyle Seager. 1 for 4 in last night's ball game. 0 for 3 career against Gonzalez. Murphy, the second baseman, about 10 paces out on the grass, right field. Shortstop on the right side of the bag, deep. Very pleasant day here in DC, and so glad the weather not too much of a factor. Here's a ball hanging up. Going over to get it is Michael A. Taylor. 2 away here in the Mariners' second. Jimi Hendrix, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, and more. They'll headline the soundtrack for Sounds of Seattle fireworks night presented by T-Mobile Friday, June 2nd. After the Mariners game, fans will enjoy a great fireworks show, so get ready to rock. And getting your tickets right now at mariners.com. Danny Valencia, first baseman. 1 for 4 night. Breaking ball for a strike. Gonzalez working at a brisk pace. 1-1. Nationals first place in the East, National League East, 28-17. Second most wins in the National League behind Colorado's 31. See Colorado Monday. 31. Colorado matches Houston's 31, the best total in the American League. 1-2. I sure hope hitting is contagious. If one guy can get going and another guy and another guy and another guy, it just hasn't happened yet. Easy play, Turner. 1-2-3 go the Mariners in the second. Well, at least we have sun here in DC. Seattle Mariners baseball and Root Sports being brought to you by Amtrak Cascades. What a beautiful way to travel. Visit AmtrakCascades.com. Buy Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at Safeco.com. Do more. and by Primera Blue Cross, your hometown health plan for 84 years. Washington Monument, one of multiples that you got to see when you come to our nation's capital. Here's Daniel Murphy, second baseman, MVP of the National League Championship Series in 2015 with the Mets. 10th leading hitter in the National League at .324 starting today. Murph 1 for 4 in last night's game. First inning double. Two and one from Miranda.
Murphy is such a good hitter, and the knock on him was basically his defense. And this year, just 4 errors for him. I think when you consider what he can do at the plate, hitting .324 with 9 home runs so far this year.
Sign me up.
Yeah, I think so.
Cano out in short right field for him, 2-2. And right back to Miranda. One away. Be in Boston, Massachusetts tomorrow. Time for a CenturyLink What's Next. Fanny Gallardo goes against Eduardo Rodriguez. 3.10 ERA, and Gallardo looking to straighten out some things from his last outing. He was not good. 3 2/3 of 9 hit, 10-run ball, 9 earned, 2 walks, 4 Ks. Looking to turn that around.
At Fenway Park, it's true in any park, but especially there, having your fastball command is critical.
Rendon stands in, 8 RBIs first 2 games. 2 nights ago, 2-run homer in the first, 3-run homer in the fourth after doubling to start that inning off. 10-1 Nats win, and then yesterday first inning did damage with a 3-run homer. Mile high pop. Zunino. Nice play. Big out. Quick 2 outs here for Ariel Miranda. Michael A. Taylor, not to be confused with the Michael Taylor that played with the Athletics from 2011 to 2014. This Michael Taylor in his 4th year with the Nats. Adam Eaton was going to be the everyday center fielder until he wrecked his knee and is out for the season. And now Taylor was sent back for a little bit. Now he'd bring him back up. Looks like he's going to be the guy for the remainder of the season. Part-timer last year at 76 games, playing 138 games in 2015.
Well, so far this year he's played well. 275 at the start of the game today, a couple of home runs. No issues defensively. We have already seen that in the series. He can run it down.
Oh yeah, good speed, jumping ability. Taylor went 2 for 4 in the first game, 1 for 4 in last night's game. Going back, Heredia staying in the yard, just short of the track. 1, 2, 3 inning for Miranda. Well done. When we come back, bottom 3rd of the order for the Mariners. I watched the ball game. I'm right here. Didn't have to pay for it. We pull back. This is a area that's being highly developed around the ballpark here in Nationals Park. Those boys getting a nice break and watch the ball game. A little bit farther out and higher than, well, not about the same height as they have in San Diego. They have condos right around Petco Park.
Just happy to see somebody sitting higher than we are. We are up there.
Only the space station is higher. Boys at NASA like the view from up there. Here's Jose Lobaton, and I make that Taylor Motters. I look on the wrong side of the sheet, but you're so right. We're up here high. Boston is high. Pittsburgh's another level. This tops them all.
Yep. See if the bottom of the lineup can do something. Motter hitting 7th in the lineup. Motter, Zunino, and then the pitcher Miranda.
And I don't think the skipper's too particular as to who starts it.
I don't think he is. There you go.
4-pitch walk. Second base runner. Let's take a look at our T-Mobile unlimited baseball break. And how about this category? Most RBIs by a leadoff hitter this season. Charlie Blackmon. We'll see him 4 days starting Monday.
That is unreal.
Isn't it? Most all-time Darren Erstad with 100 back in the year 2000. And we've seen plenty of Springer. VR was always impressive when he was with Houston. Michael Conforto having a nice run with the Mets. But we always marvel at what Springer does, and he's getting outpaced by a wide margin. Blackmon, we saw Blackmon swing it really good during the spring.
Yes, we did. Underrated, you think?
Doesn't get a lot of acclaim, but he can, you can find a spot on your ball club for him.
He's a very good player.
Mike Zunino, the hitter, 0 for 4 in last night's game.
Had a home run in the first game of the series right after he was recalled.
Backhanded by Rendon. They got one, they got two. Around the horn.
It's about as good as you can do it.
I agree.
Rendon having a series not only at the plate but now in the field.
Take a look at our Big Fish Casino. Big catch. And Rendon towards the line. This ball hit pretty well.
Hit pretty well. Makes the pick and gets rid of it quickly. And a perfect throw from Murphy at second base to complete the double play. Makes it look easy.
Strike him out, throw him out, double play first inning, and now around the horn here. Miranda 0 for 2 on the season. I know you've said it before, and you might as well say it again. We come to a National League park, let's play DH, and when they come to ours, we'll let the pitchers hit. Goodness gracious. Third strikeout. Miranda goes down swinging. No scores. He and Gio Gonzalez matching zeros, and Rendon, what a series he's had. Oh, yeah, no doubt. Thank you so much, Angie and Bill. Jose Lobaton leads off, the catcher for the Nationals, followed by Gio Gonzalez and Trey Turner, 8-9-1 here against Ariel Miranda. Oh, 2 here to Lobaton. May 95 you were watching when Junior went into the wall.
Yeah.
Broke his wrist.
Well, what Bill was talking about on the play that he made against Sierra, I saw Junior make that play a number of times, and unfortunately 95 it finally caught up to him, but he was the best at running full speed. He would never give an inch as far as the wall goes. He didn't back away from it at all. To go full speed into the wall, make the catch, and then brace himself the way that he did. And he typically would fall on the warning track and get right back up as if nothing happened. But that one, he stayed on the track, and we all knew that he was hurt. We didn't realize how badly he was hurt, but that one finally got him.
Strikeout number 2 for Miranda, 1 down here in the 3rd. Griffey fans in the ballpark. Never fails wherever we go on the road. You see somebody wearing his gear.
And I think I'll agree with Bill too on that, in that you see guys go up over the fence and it's spectacular, and Junior certainly did that a lot. He did, but I think that running full speed into a wall and still being able to make the catch the way that he could make that play was different than everybody else.
There's a pitcher, Gio Gonzalez, 3 for 17 with 3 runs batted in. Going right after him, as he should. That's a blow away pitcher. 2 now, 3 strikeouts now for Miranda. Make sure you join us Sunday, June 4. Yoga Day presented by CHI Franciscan Health. For $50, you'll receive a ticket to the game, a yoga mat, and carrying bag. Plus, you'll enjoy a post-game afternoon yoga session on the field. Special ticket offers available only at mariners.com/yoga. Hopefully it's a nice hot day too. Hot yoga working. Top of the order, Trey Turner. Turner popped up to Cano. Open up the home first. Fly ball deep down the line, going foul. Miranda trying to go for back-to-back clean innings here. And a foul tip. So he's ahead 1-2.
36 pitches, 23 strikes. Good fastball today. His command has been excellent with it. Also mixed in his changeup, a couple of splits.
Hoping to have James Paxton back for the Colorado series at home on May 31. Saw Mitch Haniger. He's with us on the trip, slowing down his workouts. He was really excited about trying to get back for this series, or maybe even Boston, but he's going to get pushed back a little bit more. And what a start he had. And now the Mariners have been without him, what's it, almost a month now, right?
Yeah, and he was really playing well. He was for average.
Yeah, 342.
Some power. Really playing well in right field.
Yeah, he was getting all kinds of attention from around the league, and well deserved. Drew Smiley on the trip, rehabbing. So is Felix Hernandez. Iwakuma. Ooh, off the glove of Valencia, digging for 2. Here's Turner, got good speed, and he'll get there standing. So Trey Turner with 2 outs is at second base. It'll be an E3 on Danny Valencia.
Pretty good pitch, fastball right on the outside corner, and it just gets under Danny's glove. And with Turner's speed, makes it into second base easily. Nelson Cruz, the right fielder, playing over towards right center.
Turner, good looking shortstop. Picks up second base here in the error by Danny Valencia. Jason Worth now. He walked his first time up. Ball 1.
Offensively, Washington leading in a lot of categories, and a big reason why, hitting .311 as a team with runners in scoring position.
It's an astounding number. #1 scoring team in all of baseball. One on the count. First runner in the ball game to get the second. Trey Turner. Got a late call. Certainly stunned Jason Worth. Fooled me a little bit too.
I think he just thought it was in off the plate, but it was right on the inside corner.
Miranda had 1 and 2 here. Big out here with Harper on deck. Smoke right to Taylor Motter, right at him. The error proves to be harmless as we move to the 4th. Angie, thank you very much. What do you say, Mike? An offensive party. You're invited.
Yeah. Second time through the lineup, Segura going to lead things off. He walked his first time up, and trying to steal second base and was thrown out. But yes,
this was a high-flying offense not that long ago. So they can get back to it, especially with Cano back, Cruz healthy. Segura looking to get him heated up again. His career 7 for 13 against Gonzalez. Good count here, 2-0. Rendon even with the bag at third. Pitch hit the other way.
When you look at the Mariners offensively, and again they are 6th in average, 7th in runs scored, and Dave, as you mentioned earlier, that number has been dropping for them. They were much better than that. I look at the numbers, and the one that I'm a bit surprised at, 47 games into it today, the 48th game, is they are 14th in the American League in home runs.
I know. When I wrote that down, I triple checked it because I thought I was wrong when I was reading it.
Yeah. It's a club that hit the ball out of the ballpark routinely last year, and that part of it just has not been there for them this year.
I agree. Last year, the Mariners were 2nd in the league to Baltimore, 223 home runs. Baltimore hit 253. And waylaid Segura, strikeout victim number 4.
It's just a good fastball trying to go to the inside corner, ends up and away. Gets Segura to chase it. Missed his location, but it paid off for him.
Guillermo Heredia, center fielder, struck out on a 3-2 pitch in the first. One. Push bunt, and Zimmerman's right there. So 2 down. Here in the Mariners' 4th. RBI Baseball 2017 returns. Fast-paced, pick up and play MLB action packed with all your favorite MLB teams, players, ballparks, and much more. Get RBI Baseball today for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and mobile devices. Learn more at RBIGame.com. Quick 2 outs, 4th inning. Robinson Cano lined out to left in his first at bat. Dusty Baker said he'd like all of his young players to be as relaxed at the plate as Mr. Cano.
Yeah, you can certainly understand. He's going to chase a breaking ball, slow curveball that time. That's something we've talked about with Robbie. He's never seems to be in a hurry.
I'm looking at him. I mean, he's going on, I would say he's on a Hall of Fame track. Just trying to imagine him on a golf course being nice and loose and strong like that. Be kind of scary, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Teach him a couple things, he might have something working. Good pitch by Gonzalez, 1-2. Gonzalez with 4 strikeouts. He's walked 2. Nary a hit in this ball game. 1-2 pitch here to Robbie outside. He knows his swing. It's really fun to watch this guy.
He does. He's worked hard at it. I think for somebody that has done as much as he has done in the game, to watch him work, especially when things aren't going particularly well, he puts in a ton of work. Gets him to chase that breaking ball, but that's one of the reasons why he's one of the best.
5th strikeout for Gio Gonzalez, a 1-2-3 4th. Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Virginia Mason Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Iwo Jima Memorial here in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, as we come to high above Nationals Park. Bryce Harper going to lead things off here in the 4th. Couple of left-handers, Ariel Miranda and Gio Gonzalez in a good one, and Bryce didn't like he just waved off at Amari.
He didn't like it at all. It was up and probably off the plate away. 45 pitches for Miranda, 30 of them for strikes.
He waved it off like he was brushing off a fly, swinging him. Came up empty here, 0-2. He struck out looking at 3 pitches. First time up. Harper, Zimmerman, and Murphy, they're big 3. One and 2. Miranda struck out 3, walked 1. Gonzalez struck out 5, walked 2. By this base runner, Trey Turner, got the 2nd on an error in the 3rd. No problem for Taylor Motter. Bill Kruger joins us again. And Billy DeKay, what do you think of Miranda so far? Mentioned Miranda with 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Looking for his first win since 4th of this month. Going back is Heredia for the catch, 2 down. In terms of growth here, Bill, in this month, this is the 5th start for Miranda. Anything in particular you know, that you've seen get better since going back to May 4th? He has looked good. There's no question. 100 pitches in each of his last 2 outings. Last time he went 7 innings, 4 hit, 1 run ball against the White Sox. This ball down the left field line going foul. Who does he compare to at this stage in his career from your observations? Don't worry, we're not going to have a bell on you. Billy, thanks, man. We'll get back to you in a little bit. Catch Bill on Mariners postgame show presented by Alaska Airlines. Strikeout number 4 for Ariel Miranda. In Washington, Miranda against Gonzalez. Time to take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Mattress Firm. Wrapping it up here in DC and then off to Boston, then Colorado. Rockies will follow us back to Seattle for Wednesday, Thursday, and then Tampa Bay. Minnesota and Toronto come to town. A good month of June. 2 long homestands for the Mariners with 1 road trip sprinkled in the middle of the month. 4 to Minnesota, 3 to Texas. Nelson Cruz heading to count 2-0. Cruz, Seager, and Valencia here in the 5th. Either pitcher's giving up a hit. Nelly struck out on a 3-2 pitch first time. There's a strike.
It looked as if he was taking all the way right there. Bit surprising.
Yeah. Harper ranging back. 1 away. Anything surprising you from Gonzalez at this point?
Not really. I think that he's going right to the scouting report. He's been effectively wild. He's had a good fastball, maybe a little better fastball than what the scouting report was on him. We've seen him at 92, 93 today. The report had him at 90, but pretty much what we expected to see from him.
5 Ks, 2 walks.
I think the difference is the Mariners have had a number of counts in their favor, and they just have not been able to take advantage of them. That's a good breaking ball to Kyle for a strike.
First 4 hitters, he went 3 and 2. If you're surprised to see us on your TV live from Washington, D.C. at this time of day in the great Pacific Northwest, because this was originally a 4:05 Eastern Time start, 1:05 Pacific, but the weather forecast was not real good, so let's get this baby in. There's your first base hit of the ball game. Kyle Seager out of the box hard. Harper's got a good arm. Here's the throw to second. It is not in time. A 1-out double. Kyle Seager, and the Mariners are threatening here in the 5th for Kyle, his 7th double of the season.
Yeah, this looks like a breaking ball. Kyle behind in the count, 0-2. It's a breaking ball in the middle of the plate and lines it over Zimmerman's head. Good hustle by Kyle. The way this game is going, I think it was worth the effort, the chance to get into second base. Even though Harper has a strong throwing arm, probably caught a break. It looked like he double clutched before he was able to make the throw.
And Valencia can pick him up here, grounded out to short in his first at bat. Danny 3 for 9 now against Gonzalez.
And with the Mariners having their first runner in scoring position, hitting .236 as a team, runners in scoring position this year. And with their struggles to score runs, that number has come down. They were almost a .260 at one point.
On May 9, I'm looking back through the book, 251 on May 9, 254 the next day.
Well, we can get a base hit right here.
2-0 pitch. Breaking ball for strike.
They didn't give in to him.
Two-one to Danny. Straight away in the outfield and in the infield for him. Backs him off. 3-1. This goes back to what you were just talking about. Counts. Make something happen here. Got a putt. Good count for him. Taylor Motter on deck.
You have to take advantage of him now. Every now and then he has gone to his breaking ball and not given in, which was the case with Danny in this at bat. 2-0. It was a breaking ball to get back in the count, but he's missed with the fastball 3 times inside, and they're set up inside again.
That is the voice of Adam Hamari, home plate umpire, granting timeout. The way these two pitchers are going, 1 run is precious beyond belief. Couple of men aboard. Opportunity for Taylor Motter. That is the 3rd walk issued by Gio Gonzalez. 1st and 2nd, 1 out. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Lobaton going out for a quick convo with his starter.
Taylor Motter walked his first time up.
Mariners could use a big moment right now. Motter 235 on the season, runners in scoring position. Ball one. Seager and Valencia are aboard. Are ready to run. 1-0 pitch here now as Gonzalez steps off. Fastball worked inside, 1-1. Motter walked on 4 pitches first time. Raced in a double play back in the third. Straight up in the outfield and infield, double play depth in the infield. Pitch here from Gonzalez. Breaking ball gets away. Seager digging for third. Valencia to second. They'll both arrive safely.
That is a big break. 1 out. Everybody moving up. Both pitchers pitching well. Take a look at the last pitch. That was a breaking ball in the dirt. Looked like it went off the heel of the glove.
A wild pitch.
Middle of the infield is back. Corner's playing up.
Good opportunity here. Not for 1 run, but for 2. Three and 1. You got Mike Zunino on deck.
77 pitches, 38 strikes, 39 balls. Not the splits that you would normally expect, but for Gonzalez, that's typical.
And he walks Taylor Motter to load him up for Mike Zunino. Mike Maddox, pitching coach, going to pay a visit.
Mike hit the ball hard his first time up. Ended up being a double play. Rendon, the third baseman, made a backhanded play on it. The double play started, but Mike hit it hard.
Wow, Gonzalez 12-2-0 or 2-1 counts, 13-3-0, 3-1 or 3-2 counts. First pitch strikes, just 4 of 16. Could have Paul Evans on stats.
Miranda really pitching well. He is on deck, so let's see Mike get this taken care of right here with just the 1 out.
Gio Gonzalez, 6th in Major League Baseball, 6th most in walks per 9. Ball 1 to Zunino. He's going to have to throw him a strike. Mariners looking to get off the 1 train. Last time that happened was a week ago. 5-4 win against the White Sox. 2-0. Two and 1. Sort of says something about the way this last 5 games has gone. 2-0.
Late on the fastball. Yeah.
Not just Mike, everybody.
Yeah, no, the club has the entire team has been struggling.
Back with a strike, 2-2. Pivotal spot right here in the ball game. Bases loaded, 1 out, pitcher on deck. Need something to happen. Good. Pitch. Fouled it off.
There's Miranda. That's pitch, a good fastball in the inside corner at 92 miles an hour. Able to get a piece of it.
And there's certainly no guarantees you're going to get another moment like this. More clouds moving in, blacking out the sun. Opportunity here for Zunino and the Mariners. 2-2 with the bases loaded and 1 out. Struck him out. 2 down. 6 strikeouts for Gonzalez. At the moment, none more important than that one.
It's another good fastball on the inside corner.
Now you're in a wing and a prayer with a pitcher up there who's 0 for 3 on the season. Bases loaded for the Mariners. 2 out, the pitcher up. Oh, 2. Bases loaded. Pitch. Wing and a prayer never got here. Leave them loaded in the 5th. Mariners do pick up the first hit of the ball game. No score. Miranda couldn't come up with a base hit, but he's pitching a nice ball game. Struck out 4, walked 1, hasn't given up a hit. He's got Rendon, Taylor, and Lobaton. 6, 7, and 8 coming up tomorrow in Boston. Here's what it looks like. CenturyLink bringing you what's next. Giovanni Gallardo looking for a rebound game. Big bounce back. Facing left-hander Eduardo Rodriguez.
Back-to-back left-handers against the Mariners. Great opportunity for them in the 5th inning. Not able to push a run across. A big part of their struggles over the last 5-6 days.
Here. Gallardo, by the way, 2-2 with a 5.28 ERA career against Boston. high foul pop caught by Zunino. Last time Rendon was up. 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. Another drive deep to left, down the line. 1-0 Washington. Anthony Rendon continues to haunt the Mariners. Each game he's homered at least once. Home run number 9, RBI number 32.
And his 9th RBI, 4th home run against the Mariners in this series.
Wow.
First hit given up by Miranda.
So it sort of figures, doesn't it? Mariners get bases loaded, can't score, and then Rendon comes up and leads off the home 5th with a homer. There's the captain office. There goes the no-hitter. Oh, brother. 1-1 the count here to Michael A. Taylor. Center fielder flied out to center. More thick clouds moving in, but moving a pretty good pace here. For Miranda, that's the 10th home run he's given up, most on the ball club.
And that last pitch, pretty good pitch for him on the outside corner at the knees. Didn't get the call to go to 3-1. He's had good fastball control. His command has been excellent today. 62 pitches, 40 strikes for him.
Full count. On deck hitters, the catcher, Jose Lobaton. Second walk issued by Miranda. Lobaton coming to the plate. He struck out. 2-2 pitch leading off the 3rd. Lobaton out of Venezuela. San Diego, we've seen him there and at Tampa Bay. Runner goes, got a good jump. Zunino throw is in time, got him. Good operation. Out 2-4.
Quick release, quick tag by Cano. Taylor ran on the first move by Miranda. Had a pretty good jump. Mike still able to get him at second.
One the count.
Nationals with 3 stolen bases in last night's game. So Dusty Baker letting him run.
Two balls, 1 strike. Speaking of Dusty Baker, he's going to miss the weekend series here at home against San Diego. He's going back to California. Son Darren's graduating from high school. Darren, of course, you remember well from the 02 World Series when JT Snow rescued him. He was a bat boy, and there was a play, and going to be a scoring play at home plate. That one's well hit. Into the corner. Lobaton digging for 2, and he's going to get there. Throw offline for Motter.
Mel Stottlemyre Jr. out of the dugout. Have a conversation with Miranda. Miranda at 68 pitches, 43 strikes. Nobody throwing in the bullpen.
Cano will interpret.
Able to turn on a fastball, hit it hard into the corner. I think Motter had a play if it was on line.
Yeah, I agree.
Long throw from the corner down there, but he had a chance.
So Darren Baker going to graduate from high school. J.T. Snow, remembered, rescued him at the plate when he went up to get the bat, and there was going to be a scoring play, and J.T. Snow in the nick of time got the youngster out of there. How much time has flown. Graduating from high school.
I think he has a chance to get drafted.
Yes, indeed. It's supposed to be a pretty good player. Draft coming up in a matter of weeks. I think it's June 12. Here's Gio Gonzalez. A run in on the Rendon homer. Obaton at second. One out. Gio struck out on 3 pitches first time up. Swing and a miss. Third base coach Bob Henley way down the line. Didn't they put in a rule he had to stay in the box?
We've seen that throughout the series.
Start in the box. My goodness. And I know he may still have some quicks, but that's asking a lot.
Back turn to the hitter. He's not that quick.
Thank you very much. And he's wearing a helmet, but he might need a screen being that close. That is playable.
Plenty of room.
2 outs. Seager puts it away. Just joining us. Mariners had the bases loaded. And 1 out. Couldn't score. Top half of the 5th. So Rendon comes out, leads off the home 5th. 1-1 pitch and hits a homer, and it's 1-0 Washington. 2 outs, top of the order. Trey Turner, 0 for 2.
Throwing out Taylor is a big play right now.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to steal, and then right after that there was a double.
Trey Turner popped to second, reached on an error by Danny Valencia. Error did not hurt Miranda in the 3rd. Here's the 1-0. Fouled off. Look forward to seeing everybody out at the ballpark when the Mariners get home. Next Wednesday, Colorado for a night game and a day game. And Tampa Bay for 3. A lot of former Mariners on that ball club. Minnesota for 3 and Toronto for 3.
Lobaton, we saw him when he hit the double, does not run well, but he's getting a pretty big secondary lead out at second base. I see the guys hold him a little bit closer just to give the outfielders a chance to throw him out if there is a base hit.
Three balls, 1 strike. Jason Worth on deck. He's walked and lined out to left. 3-1. And walked him. Third walk of the ball game, second this inning. First and second now for Washington. 2 outs, and Jason Worth coming up.
First time in the game with Miranda. He's been very aggressive. He seems to be pitching on the edges now. Tight ball game. You see some of the guys out in the pen starting to get loose.
Worth 0 for 3 in last night's ball game. A 2-run homer in game number 1. Big out. Miranda's trying to get here. Ball 1. Straight up infield and outfield for Worth, who's got pop. 7 homers, 15 runs batted in. There's a strike. Trying to slow things down with runners on. Good pitch. Worth coming up empty, 1 and 2.
That looked like a split. He's had a good changeup today. I haven't seen him use his breaking ball much. Mostly the left-handed hitters. That's typical, though. He rarely throws his slider.
Big pitch here at 1 and 2. 2 out, 2 on. Nice job by Zunino to block it. 2 and 2. Obatone, he's at second. Trey Turner, he's at first. Miranda needs an out. Keep it a 1-run game here. 2-2 to Worth. Up the middle. There comes Lobaton around third, charging his Heredia. The throw is cut off. 2-0 Washington. After Jason Worth, his 16th.
Solid base hit on a fastball. Hits it right back up the middle. Segura, the shortstop, playing him to pull. Strong throw by Heredia, but offline. The Nationals at the start of this series, they were hitting .304 as a team with runners in scoring position. Today hitting .311. So far 1 for 3. That base hit by Worth.
Harper strikeout looking and a fly to left. 2 on, 2 out.
Miranda, who had been in great shape with his pitch count, having to work hard here in this inning. Up to 83 pitches, 50 strikes.
Strike 1 to Harper. Harper, 7th man to the plate here, 5th inning. Pitch number 30 this inning. Hit on the ground to Cano. Out on the grass. Damage done though. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, leave 2. It's 2-0 Washington. Stamp on this series, yet another home run against the Mariners. Let's take a look at our Columbia Bank difference in the game. And Mike, this has just been remarkable what he's done here.
He's been a difference in this series. Again, 4 home runs, 9 RBIs in the series for him. Played well defensively. There you go. And at bats, 10 at bats, 500 average, 4 home runs, 9 RBIs.
Mariners get a rally. And that's the way you started. Gene, the hitting machine. A base hit up the middle.
Pitch will be down, but in the middle of the plate. Slow curveball.
Second Mariner hit this afternoon, Kyle Seager. Got a 1-out double in the 5th. Brings up Heredia, strikeout. Tried to bun his way on it.
Heads up.
Sure enough. Boy. Tried to bun his way, tried to push a bunt towards first, but popped it up, and Ryan Zimmerman made the easy play.
Gonzalez now with 90 pitches. Bullpen just starting to get loose for the Nationals, and talked about it at the beginning of the series. Very good ball club, but that's the one area that they've struggled with. So hopefully the Mariners can take advantage of that.
Jacob Turner heating up. Fouled off by Heredia. 1-2. Gio Gonzalez, 7 strikeouts, 4 walks. Giving up no runs on 2 hits. Last year at this time, Heredia might have offered it that, come up empty. Good eye this year. Two-two pitch. Strike, 3 called. 1 out. 8th strikeout for Gonzalez.
And I think Heredia thought this pitch was down, but according to the tracer, right at the knees. Definitely over the plate.
Somebody just got run.
That was Scott, I believe.
Adam Omari, home plate umpire.
You could probably see this one coming with the way things have been going for the Mariners. He's got along with a lot of the players really frustrated.
Hamari, one of the younger umpires we have, 34 years old, out of Marquette, Michigan.
Well, the rule is you can't argue balls and strikes, and I think something probably was said about that. It looked like Hamari was telling Scott that you were arguing, so I threw you out of the game.
Well, if you get upset at a hand wave, come on.
Game has changed a little bit. Eh?
Jeez Louise, come on. I mean, the old timers give you a little bit of rope before they run. You put on a show, huh? A hand wave. Good grief, that's out. Whatever.
Yeah. Exactly.
1-0.
Robbie 0 for 2, lined out to the left fielder.
First time Scott's been run this year. Oh, it's his second. Beg your pardon. Second of the season, third career. Robbie line drive into the gap. You have a first and third situation here and an opportunity. Bumstead can do something big here. The Mariners could tie or take the lead here. Good sign watching Mr. Cano get a base hit. Segura goes to third. Nelson Cruz is the next Mariner to step to the plate in this season's bobblehead lineup. Join us Saturday, June 3rd. Well, thanks to Key Bank, the first 20,000 fans score a bobblehead of Mariners slugger. Swing by Mariners.com for your tickets. Dusty Baker making a long, slow walk out. Making a call. He wants a right-hander. Gio's done here in the sixth. Mariners threaten. They're down 2-0. The runners at the corners with one out, and Nelson Cruz coming to the plate. We'll be back right after this. Gio Gonzalez, no-hitter, threw 4, gave up a base hit, a double to Seager in the 5th. Mike on the day, 8 strikeouts and 4 walks.
Again, he was effectively wild early in the ballgame. The Mariners were not able to take advantage of it. They had a bases loaded situation with just 1 out, walked away with nothing. But he really had to hang in there. See the strikeouts that he was able to pick up today. 96 pitches, 50 strikes for him, 5 1/3, 3 hits, did not allow a run. 4 walks, 8 strikeouts. Jacob Turner, this will be his 9th appearance, 3.74 ERA, 14 strikeouts over 8 walks. Giving up a couple of home runs this year. Good fastball at 95 miles an hour. Slider, curve, changeup.
So Nelson Cruz now with a chance to do some damage for the Mariners. Runners at the corners. 1 out. 2-0 Washington lead. Ball 1. Cruz 1 for 1 against Turner. Long foul. So Tim Bogart, bench coach, he steps up a notch. He'll run the show the rest of the way. He's got service ejected for the 2nd time this season, 3rd time in his career. I hope he at least got his money's worth. Hand wave is not enough to be thrown out on. And this old no. Lobaton got to it quickly. Good news, Cano did move up to second base.
I will take the double play out of order.
A wild pitch gets Cano to second. And Nelly's got a 2-1 count. To the gap and deep. Taylor going back. Not gonna get it because it's out of here. 3-run homer by the Boomstick. Boomstick, baby Nelson. Cruz and the Mariners are off the 1 train. They've got 3 and they've got the lead. It's 3-2 here in Washington.
Good to have him back in the lineup.
Home run number 12 takes his RBI total to 40. Big spot, and he came up big.
We'll take a look at it. Tried to go away from it. That was middle in.
That is one welcome sight. Homered against the White Sox 4 days ago. The Mariners scoring more than 1 run for the first time since the 18th of May. A 5-4 win over the White Sox, and Gio Gonzalez is responsible for 2 of those 3 runs.
Talking earlier about the bullpen and the struggles that the Nationals had. Mariners finally having an opportunity to get to the bullpen. Didn't take very long.
Two and 1 here to Kyle Seager. Nothing like having a big fella coming up in a much needed moment. Fouled off. Nelly with his 12th home run. Takes over, regains the RBI lead.
And he was tied with Sano.
Yep. Sano in Minnesota having a great year. 3-2 here to Seager. Foul. Nelson Cruz taking advantage of 26-year-old Jacob Turner out of that pen. That could be an Achilles heel as we move deeper into the season for these Nationals. Meanwhile, the Mariners, maybe that's going to be the jump-off point where they can get rolling again offensively. One of the top offensive teams in the American League for a good portion of the season. Here's a drive to right. That baby is foul. Seager thought he had one. First base umpire Bill Miller.
Kyle thought it was fair.
Long, loud foul.
That being a good call. Kyle stood out at second base for a little while.
Don't blame him.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't hurt.
And the way things have been going, man. Inning started with Segura singling to center. Already took a called third strike. The manager tossed. Cano single to left, wild pitch to second. 3-run homer at Cruz on a 2-1 pitch. And now Seager battling here.
Eight pitches so far on the at bat.
Three-two pitch. Walked him. Take it. And now Mike Maddox coming out for another visit. This time to speak with young Turner. CenturyLink. What's next? Giovanni Gallardo looking to get back on a winning track here. Goes against Eduardo Rodriguez. The Red Sox start today 24-21, 3.5 back of the Yankees. Baltimore's in second place, 2.5 back. That's in the American League East.
Quick visit. It's like Tony Zick getting loose in the pen for the Mariners.
Yankees game at Yankee Stadium called off in the 8 o'clock hour. They're going to play Kansas City. The game's been rescheduled for a September date. A lot of rain here in the East Coast. Texas at Boston. That game's still on. Scheduled for 7:10 tonight. Danny Valencia ground out and a walk. Seager back safely. Mariners have just taken a 3-2 lead. 3-run homer by Nelson Cruz. Alley now 2 for 2 against Jacob Turner. What a big moment that was. Fouled off. And Danny Valencia, good to have him back on a regular basis, shaking off the wrist injury. Kept him out for a few days. Triple last week against the White Sox. Head first slide into third. 1-1 pitch. Fights it off, goes the other way, base hit. Seager makes the turn. It's a big stop sign. Harper's got the big arm.
Yeah, good idea. He was charging the ball. He was there quickly. I don't think Kyle would have been able to make it. And that was a fastball in off the plate. What a huge hole on the right side of the infield.
Turner's come in, giving up a 3-run homer, a walk, and now a base hit. There's Taylor Motter. He's walked his first 2 times. Keep the line moving. Motter, 7th man to the plate. Waiting for Valencia to put on his wrist guard. That's why time was called for a moment. Gian Gonzalez, body language, hands on hips, tells you everything you want to know. Ball 1.
Mariners 1 for 3 this afternoon. Runners in scoring position. One hit the home run by Cruz.
Blake Treinen is up. Turner 2-0. Motter with an opportunity here. First and second, 1 out. Motter into right center field. Catch made by Harper. Here's the throw. Seager on the move. Throw to third off Lang. Seager to third, 2 down. Eighth man to the plate, Mike Zunino. 2 outs, 2 on. Mike today bounced into a double play and struck out with the bases loaded.
Boog Powell has come out on deck. And Tony Zick getting loose in the bullpen for the Mariners.
Right now, Miranda's in line to win this ball game. See if Zunino can give the Mariners some breathing room. Strike 1 to Mike. Turner ready, pitch. Fouled it off his foot, and that hurt like the dickens.
He's going to swing at a fastball. It's in off the plate, 94 miles an hour, and that's off the inside of his kneecap. You know, that one really hurts.
Didn't go down. Stayed on his feet, but that hurts like crazy.
Yeah, he would gladly have been hit on the foot compared to that.
Breaking the clouds. Good looking sunshine for a few minutes. Oh, 2 to Mike. Ball 1. New set of checkpoints at the plate for Mr. Zunino after his stint down in Tacoma. See if he can apply one here. He's got a 1-2 pitch coming. Swing and a miss. That'll do it. Good inning nonetheless for the Mariners. They leave to Benelli with a 3-run homer, his second career hit off of Jacob Turner. And this was a biggie. 3-run jack, and the Mariners no longer scoring just 1 run a game as they get a 3 spot on 1 swing and have the lead at 3-2 as we go to the home 6th. home run, a 3-run bomb, makes it 3-2 Mariners here in Washington. Ariel Miranda, good work.
5 innings, 3 hits, couple of runs. They were earned, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 85 pitches for Miranda.
Here's our Beacon Plumbing. Call to the pen. It's going to bring us Tony Zick. And Tony comes on for his 14th game. Bill Kruger, your thoughts on what Mr. Zick has done thus far with the Mariners? See what he can do here today. Bill, thank you. 3-2 lead for the Mariners. Ryan Zimmerman. Catch Bill Kruger on Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines with Angie Mente coming up a little later. Zimmerman 0 for 2.
Yeah, Tony has a good fastball. You can see it right there, 95 miles an hour. Mix in a slider with it. Slider about 81.
So Miranda in line to win this ball game. The Mariners can continue to post some runs on the scoreboard. It would be Miranda's 4th if everything works out right. 4th win of the season. 2-1 here to Zimmerman, number 2 in the National League in hitting. Breaking ball for a strike, 2-2.
Tony gets back in the count with the slider, missed with 2 fastballs. Back-to-back sliders from him.
Terrific start for Zimmerman. Tied for 2nd in home runs, 3rd in RBIs, tied for 2nd in multi-hit games, 2nd in hits. Prodigious offensive ball club. Swing and a miss. Tony Zick strikes out his first batter here in Washington.
3 sliders in a row, and this one well located. Able to get it to, well, knee high to the outside corner.
Brings up Daniel Murphy.
Murphy came into the game 324, 9 home runs, 33 RBIs. 0 for 2 today, including a strikeout swinging his last time up.
What have you seen that has made him such a productive hitter the last couple of
You
years?
can see right there, there's not a lot of moving parts to him. It's a pretty simple swing. It's amazing to me that he hits the ball as hard as he does with that approach, but it's worked for him. See him just lift his heel up and put it right back down. Not a lot of movement. Doesn't have to worry about his stride.
Got to be pretty well loaded, right?
He has some power, along with hitting for a high average.
25 homers, 104 runs batted in last year.
What was he, 2nd in hitting last year to LeMahieu, I believe.
Yep.
There's a weak swing. Pretty good fastball again at 95 from Tony. Perfect spot right on the outside corner at the knees.
One out here in the 6th. Mariners have rallied to take a 3-2 lead. Ground ball. Easy play. Valencia 2 away. 2 outs here in the 6th. Add a hospitality package to your group outing to Safeco Field. Choose from one of the hospitality areas, each with its own great view of the field. Plus, customize your food and beverage package with a buffet, private bartender, and more. See the many options available to you. Visit mariners.com/groups. One-man wrecking crew, Anthony Rendon, 4 homers, 9 runs batted in this series. Homered last time, leading off in the 5th on a 1-1 pitch down the left field line. Good heater.
Well located. Started him with the slider and came back with 96 on the corner.
Two out, nobody on here in the 6th. Washington took a 2-0 lead, bottom 5. Mariners answered back quickly, top 6 with 3. In that 5th inning, Rendon homered and an RBI single by Worth. One-two pitch. Got a piece of it. Here we go, 1-2. Pitch to Rendon. Into the stands.
Well, Tony was paying attention. Everything away from Rendon. 5 pitches so far. It's either on the corner or just off the plate away from him.
See where he goes here. 1-2. And up the middle. 6th hit in the series for Rendon. On fire.
Well, they tried to beat him inside. 96 miles an hour, and it is right on the inside corner. But he has been a hot hitter. Inside out swing, slicing line drive right back up the middle. Fastball had some movement on it. Now 6 hits in the series.
Center fielder Michael A. Taylor. Fly to center and a walk. Caught stealing in the 5th. Turned out to be a really big play. Slightly open stance here for Taylor. 0-1 pitch. 2 outs, man aboard. Swing and a miss. Rendon not much of a lead. 0-2 pitch here from Zick. Check swing right back to Tony. Takes his time. Throws over to Valencia, and that'll do it. Runner stranded on a base hit by Rendon. We go to the 7th. The Mariners lead 3-2. Baseball and Root Sports being brought to you by Jack in the Box. Come try the sweet or spicy barbecue bacon cheeseburger combo for $4.99. Limited time only. By BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. And by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. Lincoln Memorial, 16th President. One of the grand sights, so many museums and statues honoring greatness in America's past. Here in Washington, D.C. Here's Boog Powell. He's pinch hitting for Tony Zek. Powell can be a fire starter. Pinch hit last night. Struck out looking. Put it in play here. Base hit. That's what the Mariners were looking for. Boog Powell.
Probably learned something from his at-bat from last night, being aggressive this afternoon. Boog recently called up in the minor leagues. He plays every day, and all of a sudden he getting that role of pinch hitting at this level, and you're better off swinging early if you can, get a fastball to hit.
Action in both pens. Pazos for the Mariners, Grace for the Nationals.
A couple of left-handers. Pazos really thrown the ball well for the Mariners this year. Power lefty.
Good lead for Boog. Top of the order, Gene Segura, base hit. Center field last time, scored on the Nelly Cruz 3-run homer. 1 for 2 day for Gene. Walk, strikeout, single run scored. Boog is yet to attempt a stolen base up here with the big club. Inside to Segura, gets out of the way. 1-1. Just joining his 6th inning was a good one for the Mariners. 3 runs on 4 hits. 3-run homer by Cruz. 2 batters before that. Guillermo Heredia was called out on strikes. Scott Service, the manager, complained. Adam Hamari ran him from the ball game. 2nd time Scott's been run this season, 3rd in his career. So Tim Bogart at the controls now for the Mariners. 2-1 here to Gene. Up the middle, another base hit. Powell will shut it down right there at second. 2-hit day for Gene Segura. Just like the Mariners, our youngest fans, swing for the fences. That's because on Sunday, June 4th, all kids 14 and under, they pick up a playground bat and ball set. Part of Aquafina Little League Day at Safeco Field. Go to Mariners.com for your tickets. Here is a big opportunity to get some separation here. More separation here in this 3-2 ball game.
See how Tim Bogart wants to play it. Nobody out. Playing the ball game. Trying to add on. And Doan, the third baseman, in on the grass.
Strike 1 2, Guillermo. Strikeout. Tried to bunt his way on. Popped it to the first baseman. And a strikeout looking 0 for 3.
Mariners are now 1 for 5 runners in scoring position. Heredia showed the bunt, ended up taking a strike.
One. It's one of these imperative situations, particularly in light of the Mariners' lack of scoring potency recently. First and second, nobody out. And backhanded Turner. Murphy. Good speed by Heredia prevents the double play. Over to third is Powell.
Trying to hit it right back up the middle. Pretty good play by Turner, the shortstop. The ball kicked back on him, had to backhand it. And we'll get a pitching change. Looks like it'll be Matt Grace, the left-hander.
Dusty had him up for a while. He's got Robinson Cano and then Cruz to follow. Runners at the corners. Mariners up a run, looking to build upon that here in the seventh. Grace, a left-hander, coming on to face Robinson Cano.
Be his 7th appearance. ERA just over 4 and 6 2/3. One strikeout, a couple of walks. Opponent's hitting .208. Fastball right around 90 miles an hour. Fastball slider combination for him.
First time he's facing Robbie Cano. Robbie with a base hit left field. Back in the 6th. Next man up was Cruz, and he hit a 3-run homer center field. 2 on here. Strike 1. Powell got it started. Base hit, center, pinch hitting for Tony Zick. Segura base hit, then erased. Already a fielder's choice. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Pulled foul. Have been, as we mentioned, on the 1 train, scoring just 1 run in each of the last 5 games. Last time they scored more than 1. 18th of May. Last week at home against the White Sox in a 5-4 win. Oh, to Robbie. Spoiled it.
He's had some good pitches to hit. You can see it on the tracer. A couple of fastballs in the middle of the plate. Late on that last one. A 0-2 count.
Pitch to Cano. Outside. Ball 2 strikes. Grace ready with the 1-2. Ball 2, 2-2. Mariners brought Cano to Seattle for big moments like this. Runners at the corners. Must-have situation. Two. And he blows it by Zimmerman. That'll play Powell. Digging for third, and he'll get there easily. Is Heredia, and Robbie Cano comes up large. 4-2 Mariners here in the 7th. For Robbie, RBI number 30.
Trying to go away from him, but he leaves the breaking ball right in the middle of the plate. Zimmerman, the first baseman, holding the runner on, and hits it past him. Mariners 2 for 7 now with runners in scoring position. That'll bring him Nelson Cruz and Dusty Baker back out of the dugout.
He's got to be tired of making that walk. Washington had a 2-0 lead after 5, but now the Mariners lead at 4-2. They put up 3 in the 6th, 1 here in the 7th, and looking for more. Run, new pitcher for the Washington Nationals, Blake Treinen. Game number 22 for him.
Another high ERA for the bullpen. This will be his 22nd appearance. Good fastball at 96 miles an hour. Has a slider and a changeup to go with it.
Here's a moment for you to revel in, Mariner fans. I know we did. Nelson Cruz, little boomstick action. Hey now. 3-run shot, 2-1 pitch in the 6th, couple aboard. That's Gio Gonzalez, rather disgusted. He had just been lifted. Jacob Turner came in and gave that up. Blake Treinen now. Cruz 2-on again. First time Nelly seeing him. Home run number 12 for Nelson Cruz. 40 runs batted in, puts him atop the league again. Ahead of Miguel Sano of Minnesota. sense being shy. Had a few more runs. Been a drought lately. 3 looks pretty good up. 4 looks good up on the board. Two and one. Trinan, 28 years old, drafted by the Marlins, 23rd round back in 2010 out of South Dakota State. 2-2 to Nelson Cruz. Ready at third. You got Cano at first. White sunshine now. Big break in the clouds. 2-2 pitch. Bounced foul.
He's going right after Nelson. He has a good fastball today. Seen 97 a couple of times. Last one right on the inside corner. Kyle Seager waiting on deck. Nobody throwing in the pen.
Two-two pitch here to Cruz. Counts run full. Good to see Nelly light one up here again. 3-2 pitch. It takes for ball 4. The bases are loaded for Kyle Seager. Cano moves to second. Reddy is at third. And Segura will get his first look at Blake Treinen.
I mentioned that the Nationals bullpen has had issues this year. It's pretty amazing when you look at all the guys that they have out in the pen. They all throw 95 or better. You're starting to get an idea of why. You have to be able to command the fastball at this level. Doesn't matter how hard you throw. These guys eventually will get to you, and that's happened to the Nationals this year.
It doesn't sound like they're going into the bank vault to make any moves for more guys or established closers. They've had a couple here over the last few years. First pitch to Kyle. Mark Melanson's been here recently, and Lobaton just took one there. Kyle going to give him a chance to shake it off.
And a slider in the dirt.
Papelbon was here for a while.
Mike Maddox on his way out to the mound. Seen him a few times today.
Numerous times last year we saw the Mariners bounce back from some difficult times. Today's the start of another one of those runs here. 5-game losing streak they're on right now. 6-game road losing streak. Hope to get Paxton back on at or around May 31. Hopefully Felix and/or Kuma mid-June. Smiley maybe late June, early July. Mitch Haniger is hoping to get back on the field on this road trip. Looks like that's going to be pushed back another couple of weeks. The boys right here done a nice job. They were down 2-0 after 5 and put up a 3 spot on the Nelly home run. Bases loaded here for Seager. And Kyle in command right now, 2-0. Bases loaded, 1 out. Heredia at third. You got Cano at second. Cruz at first. Treinen ready. Here's a 2-0. Kyle to Murphy for 1. And they get the double play, and that will do it. Tough break, hit it right on the button. Double play ends the inning. Mariners do add a run. It's 4-2 Mariners. Day. Good to have you with us at our nation's capital. World War II monument here in Washington, D.C. 4-2 lead for the Mariners. Nice job coming from behind here in this contest, trying to salvage a game in the series and end a 5-game losing streak. Got some changes for you. And they go like this. Boog Powell, he's in left field. And James Pazos takes over on the mound. And Bill Kruger rejoins us once again. And Bill, give us your rundown on James Pazos, the power lefty. Like the way he came back in spring training, secondary pitch. Mike and I have talked a lot about that. What do you think about his secondary stuff here? All right, Bill, good start here for James Pazos. Strike one, Jose Lobaton. Catch Bill on Mariners post game presented by Alaska Airlines coming up after the final out. Lobaton 1 for 2.
And a good fastball from Pazos, 96 miles an hour.
Segura stays with it. Throws out the catcher. There's one away. So switch hitter Wilmer Defoe will pinch hit. Trinan. Never heard anybody have walk up the Righteous Brothers Unchained Melody as a walk up song.
I was thinking the same thing.
Great song. I just didn't anticipate hearing it in this milieu. My goodness. Ground ball Segura. 2 down. Quick 2 outs. Don't like that. Trey Turner. Great young shortstop. 0 for 2 with a walk. Pazos first pitch to him. In there for strike at 98. Feeling good here.
And throwing strikes. 4 pitches, 4 strikes for him. All fastballs so far.
Ball 1. Steve Cishek heating up for the Mariners and Matt Albers for the Nats. Steve along with Mark Zipchinski. One pitch. Two and one. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nationals first place team in the NL East. Only team over 500 in that division, although Atlanta has come on nicely. Go 20-24 entering today. 3-1. Put it play to Cano. Good inning for Pazos. Robbie realized that Turner was hustling up the line. He had to put something on that throw. 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. 8th inning coming up. 4-2 Mariners. Back here in Washington, D.C., the Mariners with the lead at 4-2. Take a look at the Mariners box score. Cruz out of the game. 3-run homer, a big one. Put the Mariners in front. That was in the 6th. Mike, that couldn't have been more timely.
Yeah, they really needed him to step up in that situation, and you were hoping for a base hit, but instead, the 3-run homer out to left center field. For Nelson, now he has 40 RBIs, but it's good to see the Mariners score some runs. Matt Albers is going to take over for Washington. This will be his 18th appearance. 2-0 record, a 1.62 ERA. He has pitched well in 16 2/3, 14 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just 183. Has given up a couple of home runs. Veteran right-handed pitcher. Fastball at 92. Slider, curve, and a change.
Albers, 34 years old, out of Houston. We have seen him a lot the last 12 years. Houston, Baltimore, Boston, Arizona, Cleveland, Houston, the White Sox, and now in his first year with the Nats. Danny Valencia, his first hitter. Nick Vincent heating up for the Mariners. Valencia 2 for 4 against Matt. And trying to start something here in the 8th inning, behind 0-2. One out. So one down here in the Mariners 8th. 4-2 lead. And the Mariners team store, this Fan Dream Stakes contest going on right now. When you stop by any of the 5 Mariner team stores to sign up, you're automatically entered to win one of 10 great prizes, including authentic Mariners apparel, a photo with a player, or even the chance to throw out the first pitch. Stop by Mariners team store to enter.
Taylor Motter, 0 for 1. Been on base a couple of times. He has 2 walks this afternoon.
Albers gives you a whole lot of body movement out there. 1-1.
Dave mentioned he's been around for a while, but still has a good fastball. He'll be 92 to 94 miles an hour.
There's a strike. 1-2. Albers 31 and 37 in his career. Basically been a setup guy. He does have 2 saves this year. Only 2 of his big league career. Most innings he's ever pitched, 110 back with Houston in 07. That's when he was still a starter. Started 18 games in 31 appearances. Two-run lead, Mariners. 2-2 pitch here to Motter in the 8th. Mike Zunino's on deck. There's Mike. Looking for his first hit today. Motter called out on strikes, 2 down.
Well, looks like it's just a good fastball in the outside corner at the knees. Good 2-seamer. Started it off the plate, but it was definitely a strike.
Brings in Mike Zunino, bounced into a double play and struck out twice. Strike 1. Matt in full attack mode here.
A couple of sliders to Mike.
Two to Zunino. Strike 3 called. Matt Albers very effective. Strikes out the side in the 8th. Mariners by 2 as we go to the home 8th. Mariners have rallied to take a 4-2 lead here in Washington, trying to end a 5-game losing streak and a 6-game road losing streak. Get Sounder Train and Link Light Rail tickets right to your phone. Riding is easy with the Transit Go Ticket app. Good to have you with us, everybody. Dave Sebs, Mike Blowers, Root Sports Crew. Heading off to Boston after this one. Nick Vincent taking over on the mound here in the 8th.
20 appearances for Nick, 2-1 record. ERA right at 2.5, 2.57 ERA. Opponent's hitting .213. Fastball at 90 miles an hour. Has a cut fastball that he primarily uses at 88, and a slider.
Got some work to do. 2, 3, and 4 in the order coming up for the Nats. Worth, Harper, and Zimmerman. Sounds like they're going Disneyland on us with the music.
I think it'll be interesting now that Nick is in the game on what they're going to do in the 9th.
I know, I'm thinking the same thing.
They have Cishek out there. They still have Zepchinski and, of course, Diaz, but we'll see how they decide to manage it.
Jason Worth, RBI single back in the 5th. 1 for 2 with a walk.
Good cutter off the outside corner from Nick.
A 4-2 lead with 6 outs to go.
Nobody throwing in the pen for the M's.
Oh, 2 strikes. Mariners still have more action against the National League East. We'll see the Phillies again end of June for a night game and a day game. End of July, the Mets come in for 3. Already seen Miami. Philly once. Oh, we got Atlanta too. We have to go to Atlanta end of August. Play Atlanta 3 games, 3 night games in Atlanta. 3rd week in August.
It's a lot nicer for the Mariners to have the National League clubs at their ballpark because of Nelson Cruz.
Oh, I'll say.
Keep him as the DH, keep him healthy, let him hit the ball out of the ballpark.
With regularity.
Yes. Good pitch.
Strike 3 called right under his hands for a strike. And a good start for Nick Vincent.
Well, after staying away with the cutter and the slider, set up inside, just above the belt. Nice cut fastball, gives up on it, and runs it right back on the corner. Well executed pitch from Nick Vincent.
Mariners have handled their big 3. Harper, Zimmerman, and Murphy today. Mine 0 for 9 with 3 Ks.
That strikeout, Zepchinski, and it looks like Diaz are both starting to get loose. Maybe it'll be a combination of the guys in the 9th. We'll see.
Strike 1 to Harper. Harper 0 for 1 against Nick Vincent. Nick stays with San Diego. So 0-2. Joe Harper took a called 3rd strike 1st inning. 4th inning, fly to left, grounded out to Cano in the 5th. Awesome numbers being put up by Bryce Harper. Tied for the home run lead. 5th in RBIs, 1st in hits entering today. Off the end of the bat, a seeing eye base hit. Are you kidding? And an easy double. th double for Harper's first hit today.
And this is, again, a really good pitch, it looks like, from Nick. Gets the cutter, ends up being right on the inside corner above his hands. He just fights it off.
Nobody there. Tying run at the plate now. Ryan Zimmerman, number 2 hitter in the league. 0 for 3 today. Playable. Zunino with plenty of room. Hangs with it, makes the play. Big out. 2 down here in the 8th. Second pop foul he's caught today. Got one off of Rendon back in the 2nd. Boston, our next stop. Second leg of this road trip. Yovani Gallardo, 2-2. Career against the Red Sox goes against Eduardo Rodriguez. So Nick Vincent, strikeout looking, a double and a pop foul. Tim Bogart running the club with Scott Service back in the clubhouse, having been ejected back in the 6th inning. Our Bacon called to the pen right now. Daniel Murphy coming in is going to bring in Mark Zipchinski. 2 outs, runner at 2nd here in the 8th inning. So glad they moved the starting time up to 12:05 local time. Take you back to the 6th inning. Guillermo Heredia at the plate. 2-2 pitch. He thought it was low. He took it. Adam Homari rings him up. Scott Service going, really? And he throws him out. Scott waved a hand, said something. I don't know if he went full Earl Weaver on him. Well, he clearly didn't. But Adam Homari, 34-year-old young umpire, ran him. Scott's been in the back. Meanwhile, Mark Zipchinski scrabbled into the game here with 2 outs to get a tough hitter, Daniel Murphy.
18 appearances, a 1.5 ERA, 11 strikeouts, over 6 walks, opponents hitting just 105. Good sinking fastball at 92 miles an hour and a slider.
Cano out short right field for Murphy. 0 for 3. First pitch strike. Murphy 0 for 3 against Zipchinski.
Diaz still throwing in the pen for the Mariners.
Big out here. One. Rendon's on deck. He's been ridiculously hot. Picked up a 6th hit. Single to center back in the 6th inning. 6th hit in the series. Back of the strike had Murphy backing off. He didn't like it.
Borderline pitch, but nice to see the Mariners catch a break. With the call to Mark, has a reputation of throwing strikes.
Carries you a long way, doesn't it?
It does. Makes a difference.
Big pitch here, 1-2 to Murphy. Got him. Mark Zipchinski. Sterling moment here in the 8th. Tying run at the plate. He strikes out Daniel Murphy. 4-2 Mariners. Angie, thank you very much. Why not throw a few more runs up on the board? Who's with me?
I am.
Everybody in the Northwest say, go get him.
Second at bat for Boog Powell, the pinch hitter. Picked up a base hit and scored a run in the 7th inning. Stayed in the game. Nelson Cruz out. Nelson started in right field with the Mariners having a lead with a little bit of defense.
Good to know that Nelly's going to get 12 ABs up in Boston.
Yes, it is. It's great to know.
Oh, boy.
Put a few dents in that wall.
I'm in. Good for Boog Powell. Second pinch hit. Big leagues. Matt Albert struck out the side in the 8th. Bunt, and Matt makes the play.
Good idea. Trying to bunt it firmly out towards the second baseman. He wants to get it past the pitcher. Albers able to glove it.
Looking ahead to the home 9th. Guess who's warming up? Going into a high leverage situation, Edwin Diaz for the Mariners.
Some right-handed hitters are due up.
Rendon, Taylor, and Lobaton.
Well, with a 2-run lead, I'm glad that Rendon is leading off.
And the chorus said amen.
Yeah. I think everybody's seen enough of him.
Just watch him on highlights the rest of the year. He's been sensational against the Mariners. A couple of hits for Segura. Last 2 times up, single to center. No 0-2 here. Lobaton took a hit there.
You mentioned the 2 base hits for Segura. I think today is probably one of the few times where he's also taken some awkward looking swings.
Like that one right there.
Like that one there. and there's been a couple of fastballs away from him.
Right.
It's not normal.
It usually very smooth.
Right. But he's so good he still picks up 2 hits. I mean, it just doesn't seem fair, does it?
Makes him unique, no doubt about it. We watch him every day, and I still marvel at how, where his hand position is able to, like, he's loaded, reloaded, and still explodes at the ball and can hit it pretty much anywhere it's delivered.
I've heard some comparisons from him, and he has a good idea of the strike zone, but he's also a very good bad ball hitter. I'll get him in a little bit of trouble at times, but I think you'd rather take that, let him be aggressive and spray the ball around the ballpark.
How about that one hit, that liner in Houston that was maybe 8 feet off the ground and got into the right field stand? Remember that? That was a base hit and was gone.
Yeah, some pop too. 20 home runs last year.
3-2. Taylor has this one in his sights. 2 outs. Brings up Guillermo Heredia. 0 for 4 today. Already his first look at Matt Albers. 4th man out of Dusty Baker's pen.
The Mariners also use 4 relievers. When Diaz gets in the game, he'll be 5. Still getting loose in the pen.
One to count to Guillermo. Bunt, and it's a beauty. Rendon not going to get him.
One of the things I like about that, obviously because he ends up getting a base hit, but he's tried this a couple of times this afternoon and never gave up on it. Now he picks up a base hit.
And product of a lot of good early work.
Yeah, but it's still having the confidence to stay with it.
No, absolutely. I'm not discounting that by any stretch. All part of the big picture.
Yeah.
Well, good for him. So Dusty Baker making yet another change. And Oliver Perez, one-time Mariner, going to come on. And he is a man of many moves. 4-2 Mariners here in the 9th. Everybody, Captain Obvious here in Washington. Jason Worth has a beard. Comes dressed appropriately. That's beautiful. Very funny. New pitcher, the veteran left-hander, 35-year-old out of Mexico, Oliver Perez. 15th year in the big leagues.
High ERA for him this year. 10 strikeouts though in 9 1/3. Fastball, slider. Fastball at 92 miles an hour. He will use his slider quite a bit more to the left-handed hitters.
With the Mariners in 2012 and 2013. The Mariners in 2012, he went 1-3. The 2.12 ERA in 33 games. Came back the next year, went 3-3 in 61 games, a 3.74 ERA. He's got a good travelogue as Rod Dyson, pinch hit for the pitcher, is on deck. Perez been with San Diego, Pittsburgh, the Mets, Mariners, Diamondbacks, Astros, and now the Nationals.
If Dyson makes his way to home plate as a pinch hitter, you'll have Gamble and Ruiz left on the bench.
Strike to Robbie. Robbie with a big RBI, 7th inning, base hit to right for the 4th run. Cano is 5 for 17 against Perez. Perez, a man of twists, turns, quick pitches, got a little everything. Hesitation move.
It still has a good fastball. That fastball at 95 miles an hour.
Impressive. This is career game number 515 for Perez. Perez, 195 starts. Two-one. Drop down there on that delivery to Cano. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner at first. Already has got good speed. Time called. Two-two to Robbie. Swing and a miss. Got him. Here we go. 9th inning. Mariners up by 2. 3 outs away from ending a 5-game losing streak. Edwin Diaz going to be called on to get his first save since May 9 in Philly. Mariners here in this 4-2 lead. Boog Powell. It's over in right field. Taylor Motter now at second base, moving in from right field. And Edwin Diaz on the mound.
7 saves in 9 opportunities this year. 4.42 ERA. 18 in the third. He's given up 13 hits, 12 walks. It's been a bit of an issue for him, but 23 strikeouts in 18 in the third. And I think the first 2 hitters will be important to him. Adam Lynn waiting on the bench for the Nationals. He will hit in this inning. Rendon and Taylor going to start things for the Nationals.
So here we go. Let's see what Eddie D has in this losing streak. 3 outs away. Rendon has been nothing short of outrageous against the Mariners in this series. 4 homers, 9 RBIs, 6 hits.
For Edwin, good fastball, mid to upper 90s and a slider.
First pitch strike, good sign. Next pitch to Rendon. Outside for ball 1. Keeping score at home. Here's what the outfield looks like. Heredia, Dyson, and Powell. Let's revisit 5th inning. Rendon, he did it again. A home run, his 4th of this series. Heredia coming in, calling off Dyson. 1 out. So 1 away brings up the center fielder Michael A. Taylor for 2 with a walk and a caught stealing. Back in the 5th. Ball 1.
Adam Lynn is out on deck. Going to hit for Lobaton. Diaz with a good fastball today at 99 miles an hour, but quickly behind in the count.
Got a break there. 2-1 the count. Two one. Swing and a miss.
And a good fastball, 97 miles an hour. I noticed and liked on that last fastball as Mike Zunino was set up right down the middle of the plate. Go ahead and challenge Taylor. It's an important out.
Bouncing ball to Seager. 2 away.
There you go. I'm going to get the ground ball on a slider.
Good sign here. Given Adam Lynn's proclivity for late game dramatics, we saw him with several walk-offs last year. He's had a couple this year. Nice not having him up there with a man aboard in a 2-run game.
If you're going to elevate your fastball, you have to get it in on him. Nice ball down and in. If it's up out over the plate, he can get to it. good pitch right there. Like a fastball at the knees right on the corner. 99 miles an hour, didn't get the call.
One pitch here to former Mariner Adam Lind.
Wieters is out on deck. Matt Wieters.
Two and 0.
And a good fastball up out over the plate.
Talking to Scout Service about Adam Lind, said really liked him. He said he didn't have the greatest year, but he had easily the most fun he's ever had. Adam Lind, most fun he's had in the big leagues last year with the Mariners. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
And a lot of life to his fastball this afternoon. 98 miles an hour and a late swing.
Trying to put a final nail in it. 2-2 pitch here to Adam Lind. Overthrew that one.
A slider, 88 miles an hour. He's kind of spiked it.
Brad Wieters, a veteran catcher's on deck. Diaz trying to end it right here. 3-2 to Lind. That's foul ball.
For Diaz, 15 pitches, 8 strikes so far. He's topped out at 99 miles an hour. On a couple of sliders.
Looking for that final out here. Diaz deals 3-2, swing and a foul. Lind with the Mariners last year, 126 games, 239, 20 homers, 58 runs batted in. Diaz trying to get him here. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball. Short right field. Motter throws. Nope, he's aboard. Matt Wieters going to pinch hit.
And we'll take a look at it. He gets a fastball, hits it on the ground. Motter had to range far to his right, and he's playing so deep, trying to get rid of it quickly. But Adam able to beat it out. And now we'll bring up Wieters, switch hitter.
Wieters at 283, and here's the drive. It's going to hang up in the air, and the Mariners win this ball game 4-2, and they end the 5-game losing streak. They get their first win since last Thursday against the White Sox, and Edwin Diaz picks up his first save since May 9th in Philly. Needed it.
Well, I thought that Miranda was good today. They needed that. The bullpen really pitched well today, and I'm a real big fan of Nelson Cruz with the 3-run home run. The guys have been struggling to score runs, but Nelson came up with a huge home run to drive in 3.
That was back in the 6th inning. It was a welcome sight. Next stop is Boston, Massachusetts. That 5-game losing streak's over. So is the 6-game road losing streak. For Mike Flowers, I'm Dave Sims. Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines starts right now with Angie and Bill.